Hello, this is Daniel and Andrea, and today we are heading west to Taylor Falls, Minnesota on the St. Croix River. Good morning. We are on our way to St. Croix.
Taylor Falls.
Well, it's St. Croix Falls on the Wisconsin side and Taylor Falls on the Minnesota side. From looking online, that at 1 p.m. there is a cruise on the St. Croix River. So here we are. We're about to turn into the area. And this is the entrance to the state park also.
On the Minnesota side. Place or seeing tours.
Oh, there's a sign.
There's a tours there, yeah.
There's a sign. Yeah, I remembered from years ago that it was a downhill. My map is causing reflection.
2-hour customer parking only. This is it. 1 o'clock. See, won't leave at 1 o'clock.
Oh, sure, there's the sign.
Yeah. So we made it perfect.
Okay,
A little bit of time.
crack our window just a hair.
Yep.
Okay, we are all set up with our tickets. We're heading towards the boat now.
Boat landing.
They're already boarding. We were really rushed because we got here at 12:35, and then we knew that they were leaving at 1 o'clock, so we had to really rush. We didn't even know if there'd be tickets. I just wanted to say that this was a 90-minute cruise, but they cut it down to 45 minutes because at a certain point on the river, it gets so shallow, it's like 16 feet deep.
16 inches.
16
it.
16 inches deep.
And this has a draft of 18 or 19 inches, so we can't make it go over that.
I thought it was funny because I thought he said 17 inches, 17 feet.
It could have been. It's like it's in a couple inches.
So it's just at a certain point, this boat can't get through. So that's why it's a 45-minute cruise today. Now we're turning around.
There's the Interstate Park. You can go up there and see them. Standing up there.
See, there's people up here. Now that's the Interstate Park on the Wisconsin side.
Once again, welcome aboard the Taylor Falls Princess. Now, if you're listening just a moment ago, when Captain Jack told you where your life jackets are located, we are coming up to the point in the river where you want to use them the most. This corner has been measured in excess of 100 feet deep. Now, back in 1886, this corner was also the site of the world's largest log jam. There was estimated to be enough lumber in this single log jam to build approximately 20,000 three-bedroom homes. I must caution those of you in almost as if it were cut by a knife. If you look at the middle section of rock about 8 or so feet off the water's edge, you should be able to see a steel ring. These steel rings were put in by the loggers to tie up their tugboats and their steamboats. They're made of a high-quality Swedish bell steel that has not rusted or corroded in the past 175 years. If you were to hit them with a rock or hammer, they'd chime much like a bell would. As we head around this corner rock, there is another ring about even with the upper deck. And for those of you who want an even closer look, we do have one of these rings downstairs at our snack bar. Now, before the two towns of Taylor Falls and St. Croix Falls were settled, the Native Americans were here. The tribes are at war with one another, and it took the Treaty of 1838 to open up this area to the loggers for the white pine timber. The same day that treaty was signed, a paddleboat ship by the name of the Palmyra left St. Paul. She had been preloaded with enough supplies to build 2 large lumber camps and 2 sawmills, one for each side of the river. These 2 logging camps soon became the 2 towns of Taylor Falls and St. Croix Falls. Ahead of the boat to the right where you see the Taylor's Falls Queen docked, that is the original steamboat landing from where many of these settlers had landed.
Look at the people over there. Oh, I'm going to zoom in here. So they're on the Interstate State Park on the Minnesota side.
Yep. And there's another steamboat that she's just talking about coming up.
We're passing a steamboat. Oh, that's just another boat ride you can take.
Hey, look. Yeah. Rock climber.
We're on the Princess.
Coming up is the most significant rock formation on your trip today. It is the large stone cross from which the St. Croix River received its name. If you look ahead of the boat to that left-hand Wisconsin shoreline, to the bare vertical cliff with little to no vegetation just after the bay, you will see a 3D view of a large stone cross. About 20 feet up from the water's edge is the bottom notch of the cross. 10 feet up from there are the left and right cross arms, and the top of the cliff is the top of the cross. Now keep in mind that you are looking at it from an extreme side view, and the cross is formed by the projection of the cliff. It seems that Father Hennepin and Daniel Luth had paddled up the Mississippi River, portaged across to Lake Superior, and wintered on Madeline Island. In the spring of 1679, they hired a Native American guide, who took them up the Willow River, which flows north. They made a small portage in the vicinity of what is now Solon Springs, Wisconsin, and paddled down the St. Croix River. Now, upon reaching this point in the river, they saw the cross and named the river St. Croix, which is French and means Holy Cross.
Now this gives me an opportunity to tell you about the boat you're riding on today. This is the Taylor's Falls Princess. The Princess was constructed in 1985 down in La Crosse, Wisconsin, driven up the Mississippi and the St. Croix Rivers to her home port here in Taylor's Falls. Now, the Princess is 23 feet wide, 80 feet long, fully loaded, can carry 250 passengers, and weighs approximately 30 tons. Now, despite that weight and size, as I said earlier, she only drafts about 17 inches of water, which is a very shallow draft for a boat of this size and weight. And this is due to three main design components. The first is that the boat has a very flat bottom, which makes her very buoyant. Second, she's entirely made out of aluminum, which cut nearly 20 tons from her gross weight had she been made from steel. And third, those paddle wheels or stern wheels in the back of the boat are not for decoration. Those are my only means of propulsion. Now, that allows the propulsion system to sit 2.5 inches above the bottom of the hull. Now, this makes the Taylor's Falls Queen and Princess the first two authentic paddle wheel boats to be this far up the St. Croix River since 1924. Now, besides the main use of excursions which you're riding on today, the boats are chartered out for many different reasons, from proms, square dances, family class reunions, business meetings, but some of our most popular are wedding and wedding receptions. We've seen over 500 wedding and wedding receptions on the two boats to date. However, our first wedding was the most memorable, though it was back when the Taylor's Falls Queen back in dock was just being completed. Now, the bride actually had to wait for her special day in order for the finishing touches to be placed on that very boat. And when that day finally came, Captain Mike Heath was very nervous. It was his first trip aboard a brand new boat, and it was a wedding. Now, the bride saw that he was visibly nervous, and she approached him and let him know that there's nothing to worry about. It's their third time getting married, and they just get easier every time.
Then if you look off to the left, you can see the Wisconsin Interstate Park picnic area. The campground's just beyond the tree line. This state park was formed 5 years later, making it the first state park in Wisconsin. These two state parks soon combined to form the first interstate park system in the United States. I'm sure by now most of you have noticed the reddish-brown, almost root beer color to the river. Now, this is not caused by pollution. It is caused by the roots and bark of the tamarack trees that grow up north near the source of the St. Croix River. The roots give off a tannic acid that dyes the river, much like a food coloring would. It does not harm the river in any way. In fact, the St. Croix River is one of the 10 cleanest major riverways left in the United States today. Now, being such a clean river, she hosts a wide variety of fish named throughout Minnesota and Wisconsin, the largest being the river sturgeon and the catfish. We have actually seen the river sturgeon caught in excess of 6 feet long and the catfish in excess of 80 pounds.
Yeah, we were hoping that the colors would be better. If you can see in the distance, that's on the Wisconsin side, you see a little color, but it's pretty spotty no matter where you go. Yeah, we have to travel along this Minnesota side because it gets so shallow on that side. Where those rocky islands are.
Guy up there.
It gets real close here. Here's an oversight on the Minnesota side. Overview platform, I should say. Usually the people up there will be waving at us.
For the large bay, you should be able to see the shape of the lion's head. The top of the rock is the top of his head. There's a cut for his eye, pointed rock for his nose, and his mouth extends open towards the water. For those of you who missed him on our way up, if you look just slightly off to the back of the boat, right there along the cliff line, that is George Washington. He will slowly become the cross as we get further upstream. Now continue looking to the right, up 2 points from the lion's head, and you should be able to see the shape of the elephant's head. The top of the rock is the hump of his head. You can see a cut for his eye, outline of moss for his ear, and his trunk extends down towards the water. That is the elephant's head.
Look at this.
Him coming in.
Okay, so here is a rock climber.
There he is.
Look at that. Oh, and they're heading up all the way to the top there.
I must caution those of you in front of the pilot's house, we need to blow that horn one last time for the corner.
We're under this overpass, the highway, and we are walking to Taylor Falls, the city. Okay. Oh, one of those big chairs.
No, I was 95.
Must be a little, is that cafe right here on the corner? Oh, it's facing the main street. So there you can see Highway 95, north and south. Highway 8 comes in there. That's the road to the Interstate State Park on the Minnesota side. And here's the downtown. A rock shop, I see, across the street.
This is it.
The Goat Saloon. And, oh, look at the dogs. Grab and go. We're approaching Interstate State Park, Wisconsin. Yeah, we're kind of excited to see what this state park is like, even thinking that we could possibly spend the night here. Ice Age Interpretive Center. It's going downhill.
Back down to the river.
Yeah. Potholes, overflow parking. And then here's the sign saying the North Camp area to the right. Pothole Trail. Oh, the north one is closed. Is there another campground? So then there's another camping area over here, it says. And we'll take that road then. Daniel is trying to figure out, oh shoot. Daniel's trying to figure out why our water pump doesn't work in the van. It connects to the two water containers behind his seat, and we turn on the water pump and it's like it's not sucking the water up. Yeah, almost like just air. I mean, it just started malfunctioning last night. So he's looking the situation over. Well, of course, we had our little lunch here. Oh, Daniel gave me enough water to wash my dishes with, but he found out why the water pump isn't working. There was just one loose connection under there. Now that that's tightened, everything's working good. It's flowing good again. In the meantime, I was able to walk a block down and get water from a water spigot. When we took the cruise, they mentioned a section of the river that was so low in a certain spot, which is right up in front of us now, that a person can actually walk across. And so now I'll get the dishes put away, and then we can continue driving through this park. Okay, we came to this overview, and I just wanted to point out to you because we're traveling down a road on the west side. And I just wanted to let you know that we're approaching Stillwater, and this is the city in the distance. Because at Stillwater, there is a bridge going across the river then. And then because we're thinking, we did not decide to spend the night at the last Interstate State Park. We decided to go to Willow River State Park. Oh, this is so unique. Mad Capper Mercantile, Stillwater Olive Oil Company, American Gothic Antiques. Midtown Antique Mall. Howard's Bar. Oh, we're going. Oh, I pulled into this parking lot. And I think ordinarily you do have to pay to park here, but I just wanted to quickly show you this boat. Hey, this is some other tour boats, like, well, these are bigger than the ones we were on today when we took the St. Croix cruise, but see, this is still the St. Croix River, and then at a certain point then the Mississippi River joins, and then it's from the Mississippi River from then on. But look at that. Now this bridge, this is the bridge that we're going to take to cross over back to the Wisconsin side if we decide to go to Willow State Park tonight. We'll have to get out of this paved parking area. Looks like he's having fun. Must be quite a view from up there. No, wait. Oh, I'm glad.
Hey, buddy. Over here.
Yes, and that's something.
Hey.
I just hope he doesn't cross the highway. Good, he's going the other way. Oh, he looks so scared. In our next video, we go over to Willow State Park and then back to the Minnesota side and continue our trip down the Mississippi River.